One of the reasons why we bring the racket down closer to us is not only to do the roller coaster down and up or the pendulum motion. The roller coaster is the one that is going down and up, and that kind of swing that's going to give you more top spin. When we don't let that racket go down and up, we kind of narrow down the frame, so that racket goes more forward. It goes down, but not as much, and it just goes forward. So that kind of shot goes flatter. It's just more an aggressive and flatter shot with less spin. But the idea is that you want to start getting used to bringing that racket close to you and to make contact with the ball. Why? Because as I keep the ball close, if I keep that ball close to me when I want to make contact, what happens is that I keep the ball, I keep the distance with the ball, so I can lag the racket. My butt cap is coming forward, it's coming first. So the moment that I'm gonna make contact with the ball, my racket is still lagging. I don't wanna open it too early. If I get that ball too far away from me, if I get far away from the ball, my racket is not really gonna lag too much because I have to adjust it to reach for that ball far away. And it's not only that you're not going down, you're going far away from you. One important thing that you really want to pay attention on your shots, especially on the ground strokes, but that's going to help you even on the volleys and the serve, is lagging the racket. Lagging. I always emphasize a lot about lagging with my students. Why? Because when you lag the racket, there are several things that happen. First, when your racket is coming at an angle towards the ball right before contact, first it's gonna give you it's gonna make it much easier to make clean contact with the ball. It's much easier to hit the ball center in the strings than when the racket is opening too early and is moving in that direction towards the ball. That's why you wanna feel that right before contact, your racket's still lagging a little bit. Another thing that lagging does is that it's gonna give you a lot of power or spin, whichever you want. Lagging is gonna give you power and spin. It's gonna give you tons of that. And another thing that also does is that because lagging helps you hit cleaner, better center on the strings, it's gonna give you a lot more control. When you're having one of those days that you feel like you're not hitting the ball very well, pay attention if you're lagging the racket. Am I really cocking my wrist here? Or am I keeping it straight like that? You really want to pay attention to that. And when you start focusing on lagging the racket on the forehand, on the backhand, on the serve, on the volleys as well, the racket just tilted a little bit, coming at an angle, you're gonna notice that you start hitting the ball much better. So lagging is super important, and that is gonna help you to do power, to do control, to do better play, just better contact in general, and manipulate that shot any way you want. Okay, guys? All right, let's move on to the next point.